But we carried a lot of the traditions from Africa. You know, I walk down the street, I don't split poles. My wife the same way. We split a pole on accident, we like going backwards. Don't walk on cracks. We don't sweep each other's feet. You know, so it's a part of our heritage. You know, and I grew up as an athlete. You know, and athletes are very superstitious as well. You know, gotta let your shoes up the right way. If something's off, you gotta go back and fix it. And this film enabled us to kind of dive into that history, you know, and explore it in a really cool cinematic way.
This is the first time I actually shot a movie where, you know, we actually had the music already finished. So we were listening to the songs that are actually like in the movie while we were actually filming it, and it just set the vibe totally different in the atmosphere. And, you know, Ryan and his partner Luvic, you know, his composer since Fruitville Station days, they met in film school at USC, and they really put a lot of time, energy, and effort in making the soundtrack, and it sounds incredible.
It's beautiful.
And you guys, the two of you, have been friends and collaborators for over a decade, which in Hollywood years is like dog years, right? And you first met when you met to discuss making Fruitvale Station. What were your first memories, and what made you guys think, you know what, I think this is gonna work, let's stick with each other?
What y'all looking back at there? Okay, what's that? I mean, the first memories, you know, what was his work? You know, like him being an artist himself. I read his script, you know, before I had an opportunity to actually, you know, meet him and talk with him. And I just remember reading the script and just bawling, crying, and I just knew something that I wanted to be involved with. And I got a chance to meet him out in LA. It was at Starbucks, you know, and we sat down. It seemed like we talked forever, man. But I felt like I was talking to like one of my best friends, like immediately. Right. And Ryan always kind of gives off to me, he's always seemed more mature than me. You know what I'm saying? He always seemed like more of an adult. I mean, man, we're the same age, but yeah, he's the same age, but he seems like he's got all the together. I mean, stuff together. You know what I mean?
But calls them an old soul.
Oh, definitely. You know, and you know, being a director, being a coach, being somebody who has to motivate his actors and kind of like have a lot of the answers to me as an actor was looking for, he always made me feel confident and have confidence in myself at a really young age. He believed in me. So he was one of the first people that really let me know, you know, like, hey, Mike, yo, I think you're a movie star. At a time where I was doubting myself, you know what I'm saying? At a time as an actor, you're trying to figure out which way you want to go, what kind of actor you want to be. Can I lead a movie? Can I not? He kind of reinforced it like super early in my career.
And Michael, you've grown up coming on this show for All My Children. You've acted since you were young. You've directed. You've worked extremely hard and had huge success. What drives you at this point? What keeps you wanting to do the next thing?
Oh man, a lot. My family is like probably the most important one. You know, just always want to make them proud. You know, always want to raise the bar. I'm never satisfied. You know, I kind of always want to look for the next thing, the next challenge. I like challenging myself, kind of push the boundaries. And then I have a whole generation of other actors, other individuals, a whole culture that I want to continue to push and motivate, inspire, and lead by example. You know, and if I can keep working with my collaborators and friends and other like-minded individuals, I think that we can keep. My thing is about change, man, in a big way, and I think you have to walk it before you talk it. And for me, I just want to wake up every day and try to be better, and I hope that inspires other people to be better too. Yeah.